just started recording, so just whenevs. The whole intro.
Just snacks.
You guys, for a second, we're trying to eat here. We work really hard.
I don't think it would be our podcast if we didn't eat while we were talking.
Which is one of the pet peeves that you hate.
I know. No, I hate chewing with your mouth open.
That's
But
what
eating
you're
and
doing.
talking is the same. No, or not the same.
Nah.
Hey guys, welcome back to our podcast.
Mic check.
Yes, to another Soda Dark Reality. Sorry we've been so spotty lately. It's been like
Some
once every other week.
inconsistency. Sorry.
Well, we'll get there eventually. To our 10 followers on Spotify,
Yes,
thank you.
Our avid 10 listeners.
Yeah, those of you that download and never follow, fuck you. I'm just kidding.
That one's are
My
worth
name's
something.
Destiny.
I'm Kayla.
And I'm Alex.
We got Alex back.
We did, but we lost Rosa.
We lost Rosa. We traded them.
Yeah, we kind of lost Rosa permanently, so.
Did you guys?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, that sucks.
I mean, we're still all friends. She just no longer shall be podcasting.
Yeah. Just
Okay.
fuck her.
Wow.
Yeah, Rosa, are you listening? Fuck you. Anyways,
I still like you.
So Kayla, what
but
are we
not really.
what are we talking about today?
today we are talking about fights in relationships and whether or not they're worth it.
Yep. You're talking about throwing hands, right?
I mean,
Catching
we can
them.
get that far. Yes. If you want. That's how far it gets in your relationship. We could totally go there.
I mean, it's pretty illegal, but
Putting the gloves on.
yeah, I feel like that's safer. Put boxing gloves on first,
Yeah.
and then just duke it out.
Wow, you guys are wimps.
Just stay away from faces.
You just can't touch the hair.
No, this is such bad advice. No one hit anyone physically.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're messing
Domestic
around. Do not
violence.
hit anyone.
No. The big no.
Big no.
It sounds yummy. Let me
Sounds-
close my eyes so I can hear what the
Visualize.
viewer hears.
You want to visualize?
Take another bite.
Like,
Now it turned into an ASMR video yet again.
All right. Fighting in
So-
relationships.
yes.
Who is right? The girl always, but you know.
I mean, the guy's always right, but Destiny here would like to argue that for some reason. So, why did I think about this?
Debatable.
Oh, because I was talking to our
Debatable.
coworker, your
Oh,
neighbor, and she told me, what did she tell me? I'm trying to think here.
It was only last week.
I know. That's a long time for a guy.
That shit happens, man.
Yeah, it's a whole week. Man, what were we talking about? We were talking about, how he didn't want to go over her family's house because your other coworker's boyfriend was there and they didn't get along. So that started like a little argument between them. So I was just thinking, like, is any argument really worth it? Like, about anything, like little things especially? Do you have to argue? Do you guys can someone just give up and come to an agreement? Like, is there really a reason to argue?
I just feel like arguing is talking and communicating with a lot of emotions, like overflowing with emotion. So I think the talking part is really good. Almost every problem can be solved with communication. But it has to be like, I guess, like the right communication.
Yeah, I mean, Alex has very stylish glasses on at the moment, so
I just got a new pair of glasses, guys.
and you still can't see.
Can't see jack.
Yeah.
She's a genius.
Are you blessed now?
I can kind of see it. It's pretty weird.
Please take those off before you go blind. Ooh, that's some great ASMR.
I did.
Gross.
I mean, like, I've been in relationships where we fight every single day, all day, to where like no fighting at all. I mean, obviously, when you have a relationship where you're not fighting, it's a lot smoother. But then there's also times where, like, if you're not fighting, you kind of feel like, do they even love me anymore?
What is going on? What the fuck do you guys even do?
Yeah, like,
When
what's
you're not
happening?
arguing-
So that's probably another reason I brought it up. Me and my wife never argue. We have never argue. We don't fight. We
Fake. No, what?
What'd you say? I don't know what she said.
Fake as fuck, is what she said.
Wow. Yeah, we don't argue though. We just kind of
That's how?
just go quiet and ignore each other until it goes away.
Oh, I feel like there's different types
No.
of relationships, though.
Well,
Like,
yeah.
If it works for you guys, it works. You guys are still married.
Yeah,
I'm not
that's-
even married.
You're also pretty young.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why I brought it up, because I don't want to say it's healthy or not healthy to not argue, because I feel like it'd be probably healthier to argue occasionally, because if something is important, you should argue about it if you feel strongly about it.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm just like, I never want to argue.
I
just-
mean, if you deal with conflict by, like, keeping it in and, like, thinking to yourself, and you both need to, like, walk away for a bit, that's fine. But, like, I guess when you say not arguing,
Like, never argue.
it's kind of like not communicating. I think if that's your way of, like, letting off steam, but you guys still have to talk about, like, what happened. You can't, like, ignore it.
Facts. Like, you know how they say, like, oh, don't go to bed angry. Like, just duke it out until the problem's resolved. No.
No, you go to bed angry.
Really?
No, I mean, not all the time. Like,
Your forehead's just...
steaming hot red. Yeah, like, I don't know. There's times where, like, I'm okay with going to sleep and just waking up the next day and it just being over. Like, waking up and just being like, you know what? Like, having some time to just sleep it off, literally. And just waking up and being like, okay, let's
did you feel
move
that
past.
way? Did you feel that way too when you both weren't living in the same house? I feel like it's a little bit different since you both live and sleep in the same bed.
Well, I would just, like, if it was really bad and we weren't talking about it, I would just sleep in another room.
But still, like, in the same house.
I'm petty.
I've never done that.
You should try. No, just.
Wow.
I guess, I mean, we're at different points in our relationship.
Hmm.
Where you're married, we're dating. Going to bed angry, I don't sleep.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's hard to sleep. Like, for me, it's hard to sleep. He sleeps like a fucking baby. Alex agrees. But, like, when we weren't living together, I mean, yeah, it was frustrating when, like, you're in the midst of an argument and someone just falls asleep. And then you're just, like, angry. And then you're sitting there with your thoughts silently, angrily. And you're just, like, getting more and more pissed because you're literally working yourself up. So sometimes it's best to just talk it out, because when you just sit there and you have, like, only nothing but your thoughts to communicate with, it ends up making it, like, you make it worse on yourself.
See, so I'm pretty sure arguing is a girl thing, because guys just drop it in their head, and that's why they can sleep.
I fucking hate you.
No, but really, me at least, I don't get mad. And if I do get mad, I can just let it go pretty easily. So, falling asleep is super easy all the time, because there's nothing to, I just stop thinking about what I'm arguing about, or that I'm mad. But I mean, I still know I'm mad, but I just don't want to think about it, if that makes sense.
Okay, but I have anxiety, so the moment I sit there in silence,
God, I
there's
hate
nothing that
anxiety
goes. Yeah.
Well, fuck, sorry.
You're right. I should just go kill myself.
You fucking hate me having anxiety.
Yeah,
too.
you think I want this? You think I want this life? No, yeah, but there's, like, as soon as you lay down and it gets quiet and the other person falls asleep, your mind is literally just, like, torturing itself. It's literally going through the worst case scenarios ever. Like, whatever you're fighting about, like, or you could not even, sometimes you're not even mad and that person falls asleep and you become mad because your mind is just won't shut off and you're like, like literally haven't talked, had a great day, go to sleep. You're laying there and you're like, he's probably cheating on you. And you're like, are you fucking kidding me? And then in your head, you're like, I should go through his phone. And then the other part's like, no, you really shouldn't. And then you just go through this vicious cycle and you're just laying there and you're like, I should just kill myself.
This is how you think too, Destiny.
I mean,
We don't sleep together.
Oh.
But you
ever?
did shake your head yes the whole time.
You guys never sleep together.
Well, I
Right,
mean,
he doesn't
like,
stay over every
sometimes,
once in a while.
very rarely.
That's sleeping together.
I guess not like every day. I don't feel like that. Well, okay. Anyways, when we do, I don't know. Not a lot. Not every time. Sometimes I feel that I understand what you mean. Because it's like the temptation. Like people's lives revolve around their phone. You know, they can delete. I don't know. To me, I just tell myself, he can fucking delete that shit easily. I wouldn't know why worry about it until it like comes up. But I still have anxiety.
Yeah. I don't know why, like, I always just jump to, like, they're cheating, even though, like,
Yeah.
You're just like the meme. Or the meme.
which one?
The one where she's laying there, she's like, he's probably cheating on me, and he's over here thinking about like Star
Oh,
Wars.
yeah. She's, like, looking at him, like, sleeping. Yeah, that's me. Even though, like, I know for a fact he's not, like, I literally have to sit there and, like, reassure myself, like Destiny said, just being like, bitch, when is he ever gonna cheat? When does he fucking have time to cheat? Like, calm your shit down. I have to, like, give myself pep talks daily. I'm just kidding, not daily, but, like, quite frequently.
So bad for you.
Every moment, Kayla, just you got this.
Yeah, like,
As you're on the toilet. He's not cheating on you.
yeah. I'm literally sitting right next to him. I'm like, this bitch is cheating right now.
So arguments.
So like, if you guys were arguing, not if you guys were arguing. Let's say you guys were playing.
My bad.
Toast Destiny, not me.
Not me either.
It's like Coke Zero.
So say you guys were playing and he accidentally drops your phone in water and your phone's fried. Is that worth an argument? Because a lot of people do get mad over
I
their phone.
understand. Yeah, I understand what you're trying to say. Just like the little things.
Yeah, little things.
Oh,
Hey. Sorry.
I'm the only gentleman here.
Where'd that even come from? You were drinking water.
I know.
No.
No caffeine in her system.
Anyways.
So yeah, like those little stupid
the
arguments, like when you think about it, or in the moment, you're upset, but later on, you're like, why the fuck was I fucking mad?
Or like,
Like, you
or
know?
like in Kayla's case, since you're married, like if, I don't know if it would be an argument in your house, but if like someone were to go and spend like $300 without telling the other person, is that really worth an argument? Like, it's just money. Like, it's gonna come back, and that's not something that.
But some people have different viewpoints. Like, it.
Like, you
like-
can cover all your bills, and that's just extra money. Is it really worth arguing over it?
But again, some people feel like it is. And, like, for me, I'm like you. I really don't care. Like, that's your money. You do what you want. Like, as long as you're not putting both of us in debt, then, like, go for it. You know what I mean? Unless it's, like, some ridiculously stupid purchase. Like, I just spent $800 on a frying pan.
What if it was a watch?
No, I mean, that's for them. Like, I would be more understanding about that. Like,
Okay,
it's...
I spent $1,200 on watches.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Wow.
When do you even wear watches?
You fucking materialistic
Bitch.
butthole.
I'm just kidding.
No, I
Just kidding.
I gave two to my friends for our wedding, and then
For your own wedding, you gave a watch to someone else.
you give gifts to your groomspeople.
You
Yeah, yeah. that's
you
the thing.
got fucking married at City Hall,
Yeah, my friends
Alex.
were there at the reception.
I had friends. No, I didn't. I did
Yeah,
not have
you
friends there, but
fucking
Julian
person.
had friends there.
What did you give your bridesmaids, huh?
I had none.
But yeah, that's,
I'm so lonely. I'm just kidding.
she has nobody.
on my own.
Do you know that song? How old
Anyways.
are you?
I do know that song.
Yeah, but like the little things. That's what made me think about it. Like, is it really worth arguing? So, Destiny, to you, if you and your boyfriend actually shared an account, would him buying some expensive thing be worth an argument to you?
If it means something like,
If it means, I do not know what you mean by that.
it's based on circumstance, I guess. But yeah, if it was something stupid, in my eyes, I would try. I mean, I'd like to say I'd like to try to understand, but I'd be pretty upset if he drains my account on like what a
But why?
fancy thing.
A fancy thing.
I mean, because if we have other priorities to be like,
But like I said, you have the money for the bills.
oh,
The bills are
I would
covered.
be a fuckman. I would probably be me spending that stupid money on something.
Do you think he would argue with you if you were to spend some money on some stupid thing,
No, I mean if we're
like Gucci belt? 'Cause
If we're
I know you
safe
want
An
one.
on-
Gucci belt.
if we're safe on our bills, I don't think so. I think it's good to like treat yourself or whatever.
Okay. Do you feel the same way, Kayla? Do you share an account?
No. No accounts are shared. At all. Ever.
Ever?
Ever. The only thing that's shared is our phone bill. And I pay it, so, like, no. But I think if we did, and he, like, we both grew up very poor, but he grew up with, like, a different mindset than I did of, like, he will never live like that. And, like, obviously, I don't want to live like that either, but to the point where, like, he will save everything that he has, where, like, for me, I'll save, like, I'll save when there's something to save for. Like, oh, we want to go on a trip? Okay, cool, I'll save. Like, oh, we want to buy a car? Like, okay, I'll save. Like, things like that. But if it's just, like, there is no reason for me to save anything for at the time, then, like, I'll spend it. I don't, like, save it and not spend it. I just spend it. So, like, for that, I can understand from someone, like, from his background getting mad at me or, like, starting an argument over it. Like, well, you need to save because, you know, you never know when something's going to happen. Like, yeah, you're right. That's a good point. I can understand. But then again, I'm the type of person that, like, I try to always see the viewpoint from what the other person is coming at, to try and, like, have an understanding, like, okay, this is how they're thinking, so now I understand why they're mad. I try. It doesn't always work, but I try, so I feel like it minimizes arguments because I won't sit there and, like, continue to argue back, like, if I can understand where they're coming from. Because then I'm like, okay, yeah, you're right. Like, I see where you're right, and I also see where I'm right, so there's no point in continuing to have, like, an argument when I'm understanding of the reasoning why you're mad.
And I noticed that having that like mindset is really mature, but how hard it is if that other person doesn't also have that mindset to just keep having, keeping that, it's hard to like, I don't know, how, just being mature, I guess.
That's when it comes to the, fine, I'm done arguing, and then you just ignore. And then you both sit there quietly, angrily, and then go to sleep and wake up and be like,
Go to sleep on opposite sides of the bed.
yeah, and then wake up and being like, yep, I don't really care anymore. Let's move on.
To be honest, when me and Josh first started dating, we'd have little arguments. Oh, he was so immature, and I don't want to be like that bitch, but I was more mature than him. And it's hard keeping that maturity if that other person won't keep that maturity as well or won't meet you in the middle. But he's gotten better.
What's the age gap for you two?
1 year. We're just different. I've been in, not a lot, but I've had my experience in dating and like all that stuff. Wow, I'm young, but that sounds stupid, but yeah. But for me and Josh, I'm basically his first real relationship. So he's still growing.
Alex?
You guys are
What?
chips.
Oh, yep. Mm-hmm.
There's so many crunching noises
Yeah.
in this.
I know how you guys feel now.
Yeah, but this is our standard for podcasting.
Okay.
Someone's always drinking something. Someone's always eating something. It's like we're all family here.
You know why, listeners? Because we just got off work. We're fucking hungry.
Our real jobs. Mm-hmm.
We
Yeah,
all
so
have desk jobs and we get hungry.
yeah, so just pull up a snack, chew, munch with us, and
Munch along with us, you know?
Yeah.
Leave a comment down below what you're munching on.
even though none of you ever leave comments or likes or anything, y'all just silent stalkers.
I'm okay with this.
Yeah, I'm like, we're still technically getting paid from you, so thank you.
Share, subscribe, and like.
Or follow or do whatever
Follow.
the hell you do.
Add.
Or continue
Swipe
to
up.
just lurk. Swipe
Well,
up.
Well, after that work, do what you gotta do.
Did your wife ever get mad at you, Alex?
No,
Lies.
ever.
Call her
No.
up.
Done.
I need
She's
Do
proof.
it.
working.
Put it. Yeah.
No.
I
Put.
need proof.
She's
Put
working.
her on speaker. Oh.
Okay.
She's not working.
She gets up at 7.
Well, it's 7.
It's like 6.
It's 7 in Eastern Standard Time.
You're right. I'll just call her in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she doesn't get mad though. She never gets mad. I don't know. Maybe she does get mad. Oh, she does get mad actually. She gets mad when I mock her.
Sorry, Alex. Can you repeat that? I couldn't hear that over that.
Disgusting. But she gets mad at me when I mock her.
Yeah, that shit's annoying.
I feel like now me and him just mostly get annoyed with each other. Like we don't. I want to say we maybe have like one big blowout fight, like once every 3 months. But everything else is mostly like we get annoyed and then one of us does something stupid that makes the other person laugh and then we're over it.
So what are these big blowout fights for?
I don't even know. I feel like most of the time now it's like we fight over stupid ass shit, like when we do blow up, about like how one person claims to do more work than the other, like at the house, like cleaning the dishes or something. I'll be like, I cleaned the dishes last, like you can clean them this time, and then that turns into like an all out fucking war.
So y'all need a chore chart.
Yeah.
Freaking kids here.
Yeah, but I think that we've always fought about dishes too, come to think of it, like all the time.
Damn, I'm thinking about it and I'm like imagining me and Josh in that situation. I'm like, fuck, I don't know which one of us would be lazier or like cleaner. We're almost like the same person. Like our rooms are fucking messy. We're
Oh,
only
that's gonna
cleaning when we're
suck
told
when
to
you guys
clean.
live together.
I know, that's why I'm like, geez, I wonder who's gonna step up and be that cleaning person. Or we're just gonna live in a fucking pigsty.
Never invite me. That'd be great.
I had a stupid argument
About?
with Josh. It was, so, long story short, we were invited to go play basketball with our mutual friend and her buddies, right? And Josh is a big basketball fan. I'm not so much. I can make threes, you know, but I don't know everything about basketball. So I went in, I was like, oh, I want to impress Josh. I want to do well because we're going to be on the same team. And when we got there, we were playing a game. It was like 3v3. And the other girl on the other team was just, she was good, but she was like checking into me and like shoving me and shit. And I started to get, like I felt embarrassed. So I was like, I'm not doing good. And I looked stupid. I felt like I looked stupid in front of Josh. So I started to get mad and competitive. I'm naturally competitive anyways. And when she went up for the layup, I just fucking blocked her. And then she checked into me again, and we just ended up in like a shoving fight. And it was so fucking awkward. we just stopped playing, and then just started to just shoot normally. Like, the game was, like, over. We won, by the way.
You
but
ruined it.
And when we were leaving, Josh was like, dude, chill. Like, what happened out there? Like, why'd you get so upset? And to me, I'm like, what the hell? Like, I'm playing. I thought I was doing well. Like, I don't need you to make fun of me because I was upset. If I didn't say anything, I would just kept quiet. But he could tell I was upset. And then I finally told him, and he's like, I wasn't making fun of you, blah, blah, blah. We go to the car, he opens the door for me, and he's upset at this point too, and he slams the door, like, as I was getting in, and I got pissed. I got pissed! I opened the door and I slammed it again, like, really hard, like, 10 times harder. It was just like, it was hard. And I got out of the car, I'm like, don't fucking slam the door in my face again, and I started walking.
Oh my god.
It was pretty childish when I think back on it.
Yes, it was. See, those kind of arguments, are they really
But
worth them?
No. Like, when you think about them, they're not worth it. They could have been handled a lot more mature, calmly. But then, in the moment, there's just too many emotions. Like, those arguments, I feel like, are almost, I guess I would say, inevitable in a relationship. But that's part of a relationship, is, like, arguing. Someone fucks up and you just learn from it.
I think that's where my wife gets mad too. She's super competitive. Super competitive.
Really?
Yes.
I feel
Julian's
like girls are more competitive than
Yeah,
guys.
they
I'm
definitely
not.
are.
I'm fucking not.
You're like,
Hell no. Yeah.
you win.
Julian's like hardcore competitive. Like, I could think, if I think back, I'm pretty sure there has been a time where he like got mad at me because I like wasn't giving an effort when we were doing like group something. Or like playing teams of either pool or bowling. Or I want to say, it was like one of those. And he was like, or beer pong. It might have been beer pong.
Beer pong!
He got fucking pissed. Like,
Were you not throwing your ball right?
like I'm carrying the team and like blah 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 and like I was like, and like, what's your point? Like, I honestly don't care at all. We could be playing for like $1 million, and if I lose, I'm like, whatever. Like, it was fucking fun. We tried. I'm that like mom that's like all for
At
effort. Yeah.
At least we had fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's not funny when you lose.
That's exactly something that Julian would say. Like, it's not fun if you're losing. Like, to me, I just really don't care. So,
but what did you learn from it?
nothing. I learned shit. I learned that I am still okay with losing. Yeah, I don't really care about.
Anything
No.
that involves winning.
Really don't care.
I feel like sometimes people think I'm being competitive, but I don't really care.
That you're being competitive?
Yeah, no, they think I'm like upset that I'm losing.
Oh.
Like, I don't really care.
You're like, and what is your point here? Yeah, I don't really. But I think, like, as your relationship grows, you realize that, like, communication really is the key. Like, if you communicate with your partner, you can literally get through just about anything. Thank you for that. And here's an ad. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, because, like, for a long, long time, like, I want to say, like, the first almost 2 years of our relationship, he kind of sucked at communicating, to be honest. And then he, like, eventually told me that, like, he hates talking about, like, feelings and, like, because he never really... Yeah, like, they don't have to and they really don't care. Like, growing up, no one sits there and asks their son, like, how are you feeling today? You know, both girls were, like, way more naturally emotional than guys, so, like...
Super emotional.
Because we're smarter. Yeah.
This is all a lie.
It's also because we mature a lot faster than men, so...
This is also true.
So he even told me that, like, throughout the relationship, he's, like, really worked on it, which he has, like, really learning to, like, communicate to me when he's, like, feeling annoyed or frustrated or upset or something. So that took some time. Took a lot of time. 2 years almost, I want to say. But now that like we're openly communicating, or like when I ask like, oh, like what are you feeling, or like if I could see that there's something bothering him and ask him like, you know, simply like what's bothering you, for him to just be able to tell me like either no, really nothing's bothering me, or like this is what's bothering me, or like I really just don't want to talk about it, really like lets me know the mood that he's in, to be like, okay, we can either talk about it, like if he says like, oh, this is how I'm feeling, blah blah blah, or like if he's like, I just don't want to talk about it, like okay, clearly he doesn't want to fucking talk about it, and the longer I keep asking him and nagging him like to talk to me, he's gonna get pissed, and then it's gonna turn into a fight.
Yes.
So like, but literally just those words of saying I don't want to talk about it, or like I rather not talk about it right now, makes such a big difference. Like, okay, cool, like I'll give you your space, I'll go do my thing for a bit, and like you do your own thing, like maybe one of these, like at some point we'll talk about it, or we just won't. But like a lot of guys don't know how to do that. They're just like, nothing.
Yeah.
And then we're like, okay, bitch, get an attitude with me. What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? And then you guys just get pissed,
Yeah.
and then,
Dang, I would knock you out if you kept saying.
well.
Yeah. Well, going back to like that fight I had after the basketball game.
What's in here?
That was like a month ago, and that fight, after that fight, Josh, like I walked back to the car, I walked back inside, and I sat down, and he's like, okay, sorry, like this, like I understand how you're feeling, and I'm sorry I didn't see it your way. I didn't mean to slam, like it was, he has grown a lot, and I think a lot of relationships, if you want like the real shit, there's gonna be a lot of stuff that you have to go through and like grow from.
That was nice of him. I'm more of a man up kind of person. Like, stop being a baby, man up.
I hate that shit.
Why?
Because I'm a very emotional person, so like when I'm having
Yeah,
emotions, I need to deal with those emotions in my way.
If you're gonna say that, you're just dismissing our emotion. Like, we want to be understood and listened to. Some girls, I guess. Maybe your wife not.
Yeah, I don't know. She doesn't say anything when I tell her that.
She just looks at you and is like, okay, because in
Yeah,
her head she's like,
secretly.
okay, bitch, go to sleep. I'll fucking kill you tonight.
Yeah, secretly.
Some gone girl thing going on.
Yeah, that's how she gets through her days. You go to sleep and she's just laying there looking at you like,
She has like a knife under the pillow, like, I could do it. I could just fucking do it.
yeah,
you
she's
know?
like thinking like, I'll just start adding salt to every meal and slowly kill him.
Some rat poisoning.
Yeah.
Wow.
Add some potassium into your meals, give you a heart attack, make it look like an accident.
Oh my god.
Whoa, Kayla.
Yeah, psycho.
I have not thought about this at all. So why do you hate communicating about emotions or feelings?
I don't know. I just
both?
Do. I don't know. I just do. I wasn't grown into a family where we talked about feelings or emotions or both.
But you literally were raised in a family that's mostly all
Or
women.
those.
Yeah, so like none of them talk to you about their feelings.
No. I don't think so. I can't recall if they did, but I'm
Are you
pretty
the
sure.
baby of your sibling?
No, I have a younger sister.
Oh, okay.
Cassie?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't. For some reason, I thought she was older than you.
No, she's younger than me. She's 20 something.
Good one, Alex. You're a great big brother.
She's definitely 20 something. Yeah, no, we didn't talk about feelings or anything like that. So I think that's why. If my wife ever does ask me if anything's wrong, usually I just say nothing. Usually, I'll be quiet, and then we'll just be in this quiet state for hours. And then we'll go to sleep, and then we're still quiet, and then usually things are good in the morning.
And then you guys.
Depends.
I feel like I was raised where we don't talk about feelings.
So
It's like they tell me what to do, how to get it done. That's it. You're crying, don't cry. Stop crying.
So man up.
Yeah, man up. It's like tough love.
Mine was too.
But I'm still Like, I don't know, maybe because of that
Or
I'm
is it-
so emotional.
Or is it only emotional to Josh? Is it only emotional when he does something? Like you don't care if anyone else.
Has your
in
mind just been blown?
My mind, yeah. You know, maybe it's my intimate relationships. Because when I have a problem with my friend, my best friend,
You're like, wow, peace.
no, yeah, I'm just like, fuck it. I'm over it. Like, whatever.
I can argue.
Yeah, we're not gonna argue. I'll stop talking to him for a little bit, and then we'll just say a joke, and we'll just, you know, go back to normal.
Yeah.
So, interesting.
You, Kayla? Are you just all around emotional?
I'm just fucking emotional. Watch a dog video on Facebook, I'm crying. I accidentally hit a squirrel, I cried. A bird hit a window and I wasn't even driving and it hit the ground, I cried.
I hit a dog once. It was terrible. I felt so bad.
You fucking hit a dog?
It was like
Kayla's
it was
Kayla's gonna cry.
I'm gonna start
Alex.
crying.
1 in the morning. It could have been the coyote. Does that make you feel better?
No, it still hurts me to death. The only thing, I don't fucking care about spiders. Die for all I care.
Why? They do a lot for the world.
Like what?
They kill flies, and flies are annoying. I don't know what else they do. They make webs.
Oh, that one was kind of weak.
Yeah, I can't burp like that. You guys are weird.
Because I'm drinking Coke.
I still can't burp like that.
I'm drinking water.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with you. Kayla. You're probably talking too much. Breathing in too much
I'm
air.
inhaling, yeah, too much. No, yeah, I don't, even growing up, like, same thing, my mom would, any little thing that I was crying for was like, why are you crying? Like,
Yeah.
you don't have a reason to cry, like,
I'll give you something to cry
yeah,
about.
I'll give you a reason to cry, like, love that one. Or, like, my mom would get mad at me for crying. So, like, growing up, it was very much like hold in your tears, hide anytime you had to cry.
We're gonna get murdered.
I'm like, excuse you? I hope I got that.
I don't think it caught some guys whistling in the hallway.
Bitch. No, I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say, it's like every time we stop talking, you just stop.
Yeah, I'm like, okay. Anyways, yeah, so I don't know what the hell happened. Like, I don't know.
Why you're
Yeah.
so emotional?
Fucking kidding me? No, just
Yeah, like whenever I got in trouble, it probably was my fault. But I felt like I wanted to talk about it, or I wanted to stand up for myself. I cannot.
Oh my god, you can't stand up for yourself?
Not to my parents. I'll start crying, or like I'll get mad at myself, and I get mad at myself for being mad, and I'll start to cry, and I'll get even more mad at myself for crying. And it's just weird, and I'm just quiet.
That makes sense.
So when I get sad, whenever I need to talk to Josh, well, this is before in my other intimate relationships, I've gotten better now. I just cry like a shit ton. Like I can't speak.
you like can't stop. Is it one of those where you're like,
That's when I was a kid, but now I'm just like silently dying.
There's times where I've done that, like gotten like mad at Julian to the point where I just start crying and we're laying in bed and I like have my back to him and I'm like silently crying. I'm like, don't let him hear you. I'm like,
Like holding your breath.
yeah. Or there's times where he's like, are you crying? No. Or I'll like go to the bathroom and like,
Your makeup's all fucked up.
yeah,
No.
I'm not crying. You're crying. Yeah, it's sweat.
You have sweaty eyes.
Well, my eyelids get really oily. So, flaw? I think not. I'm just kidding. I remember I mentioned that in front of Rosa one time. I was like, well, my eyelids get really sweaty. And she goes, they do. And I was like, how you notice that? Like, the fuck? Also, I touched my eyelid with my chili fingers, and now it kind of burns.
Good job.
And that's the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Shut up, Kayla. You're just crying. We all know you're crying.
No, yeah, I'm like, I could legit probably go on Facebook right now, find something, and start crying.
Sounds annoying.
Fuck you, Alex. I'm just kidding. Yeah, Yeah, guys are lame. They show no emotion. They're just assholes. And women are perfection.
We're really not. What? No. Completely opposite. Opposite side of the spectrum, they're women. Yeah.
Is that it? So some fights are worth it, others are not. But most fighting is pointless. Is that the conclusion?
I think that's what we conclude. I like playing with this thing.
We could tell because
Fight mine. Okay. In conclusion, fights are stupid fights when you don't learn anything from them.
and all fights derive from
you don't
non-communication.
Yeah.
If you
If you don't,
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
There's
There's a right way of going about it.
Mm-hmm.
And guys, tell your girls to man up.
No.
So you guys can get in even bigger fights.
And give us some
Get a
information to talk
divorce.
about.
And
Yeah. Leave a comment if we made you get a divorce this weekend.
Take a picture of you guys getting divorced and send it to us.
Yeah. Let us know who took whose money.
invite us to that divorce party.
Mm-hmm.
We'll take half of what they got. We got no change.
Great. Well, this is a very short podcast. Thanks, guys.
Was it a short?
No, it's only 40 minutes, and the first half was us opening things.
And you, I forgot what it's called. Rice Krispies.
Uh-huh.
Alex, you really can't think of any bad fights you and your wife got?
Me and my wife, no. Me and my ex, yeah, a lot. But they were all.
Oh, she was
not-
crazy,
they
so.
were not worth it. None of them were worth it. I mean, I'm glad we fought because I'd probably still be with her, but they weren't learning experiences or anything like that because they just weren't. She was just
They were just like pointless
yeah, they were just
fights.
pointless fights.
Although I feel like if you come from a relationship where like in the beginning it is kind of rocky and there's a lot of fights and you learn to communicate and move past it, they end up being like some of the strongest fights. Or relationships, not fights. Strongest relationships. My bad. But anyways,
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in. This is me. They are them. We will bring you. Okay.
Okay, bye.
bye.